for tuning in to episode 14 of the Hood Paralegal Podcast. Today it's gonna be a special episode. This part one is called Conversations with the Queens. And basically, we having to sit down, chatting with the queens that brought us into this world, and getting their perspective and just letting them express themselves and share advice and be a pillar of strength, to the individuals and the other mothers that have children in these situations that's incarcerated and basically expressing how they stay strong through the process. So I want to introduce my mother, my heart, Miss Sandra Webb. Ma, how you doing today?
I'm blessed on this morning.
Okay. And thank you for taking time out your busy schedule, to tune in and give us a piece of your mind, and give us some jewels. So, I want to start just first asking you, how does, as a mother, how does incarceration, having a child incarcerated, affect you as a mother?
It affects me because, you have days when you want your child at home with you. But at the same time, I am a believer in the Lord.
Okay.
And God gets me through each day, each moment, each hour. And it, also, being a mother with a child incarcerated, you have to fill those voids with your grandchildren, and stuff like that. It's a missing process, but, at the same time, we know, we teach our children, we let them know, that, about the consequences. So it's to the point where I know when it first happens, it hits hard. And at night you have your moments where you in that state where you don't want to be around nobody. You just, it's like, it can be stressful. It can be stressful, but, I have strong faith in God, and that's who I lean and depend on. And throughout the process, He gets me through this. And I just continue to stay prayed up, and I know that, which I have witnessed God's work in it all.
Okay. That's it. That's a valid point, because like I said, man, us even in these positions, we, you didn't raise me to do certain things that's on my name or that landed me where I'm at, and that's one thing about my relationship with you. That's why I lean on you. Me and you have that close relationship, and your strong faith helped me.
All calls other than properly placed attorney calls may be monitored and recorded.
Your strong faith helped me keep going, and that has been a motivation to me on days in here, when I wanted to give up and just say forget it, and was just frustrated, and and just in that state of mind, and when Satan tried to take control and things of that nature. And like I said, that's a valid point that you make, because we in these positions, my fellow brothers, sometimes we don't think, what our actions do and how they affect the ones we love. So, hearing that and seeing that, and you being strong for me, that has helped me prosper and turn this negative into a positive. So I appreciate you for that. I definitely appreciate you for that. Now, my next question is,
Now, not to cut you off, but don't get it wrong. And mothers out there, we sometimes, our children call home, and we try to tell them things, and sometimes they don't want to hear. But see, I'm that parent. I don't care. I'm going to tell you anyway, and I know it's right. You might get mad. You can hang up, but you'll call back in another hour or two. You'll be all right. But I'm going to tell you still at the end of the day.
I was definitely, no. And that's the thing, because we, man, and it happens on the occasion, like you said. We get mad, I might not be hearing something or want to hear, or I'll be looking for validation, but sometimes I'll be in the wrong, and like you said, I'll call back an hour or two, and that's one thing. That's the beautiful thing about my relationship with you, and that's why I cherish my relationship with you, because that's like I said, you help me see things that I don't see at first, especially if I'm acting off frustration. And these situations, this environment on this side is frustrating, especially when you got to deal with other people and everybody else got their situations going on, and then, the emotions and things of that nature. But hey, that's the beautiful thing about having a loving mother, and that's why I appreciate you like I do. And so my next question for you is, with everything that's going on, with the injustices of this system, what's your definition? Because we had it, you done had plenty of incidents on my behalf of where law enforcement has tried to come to the house and paint certain pictures and things of that nature, and you see what's going on. So what's your take on that, on the system, and just your opinion on that and your experience with that.
My experience and my opinion on that is, see, I'm not that mother that's going to go before. We got to be careful, especially us African Americans. Some of us, we want to get in the camera a little too much. And you have to be careful how you get in that camera. You got to carry yourself, I tell anybody, you got to carry yourself in a positive way. And you know what? You'd be surprised who's watching you.
Okay.
And my thing is, when law enforcement came to my house, and my babies were sitting at the table eating, I clearly told them, I didn't even know they were even at the door. I was preparing dinner. But, when I went to the door and I see all these guns and this and that and this and that, and they were, I had to come to them correct for them to come to me correct. Respect goes both ways, not one. I had to be respectful to them for them to be respectful to me. I couldn't come off to them in any type of way, and expect them to come off to me as gentle. We got to look at they're human just like we are. On their job, they doing a job. Some of them take their job. They do more than they supposed to. But at the end of the day, it's a respect level each way. And when each time that they came, I didn't have a problem. They knew I wasn't. They can look in the system, see I was not that mom. They know I wasn't that type. And when they came, I didn't cuss them out. None of that. I didn't, use vulgar language with them. I was real nice about, my approach with them. And they respect that. And like I told them the first time when they came, they came in and talked. One person came in and talked to me and my husband, and and I told them I would bring them down there. It wasn't like they were sitting and bring you down there. It wasn't like they, sat out and watched my house or anything. And what we did what I did what I said, because it's like this. Mothers too have to stop upholding children when they know that they're wrong. When something has been done wrong, we got to stop upholding our children and think that that's right, because it's not. When a child, if we can tell other people there's consequences to things you do, we have to also tell our children.
Okay.
So therefore, when I took you and turned you in the first time, hey, we did that. And then, like I said, the second time when they came out, they had guns out, and I politely went to the, I said, look, You all are not going to come in my house with those guns. I said, you can put those guns down. And they had it recorded. The lawyer seen it. And I was nasty about it. I was nice. And they did that. I never had a problem.
Okay. And so, so you basically saying, is trying to diffuse the situation as much to, you know what I'm saying, to eliminate any type of mishap.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You have
so
to
with no, go ahead.
You have to diffuse it because you don't know what you're dealing with. First of all, you don't know how they're coming.
1 minute remaining.
You don't know how they're coming, so you have to diffuse. Mothers, parents, period, out there in the world, we have to be mindful of when we say we know what our children do. We don't know what our children is doing when they're not in our face. In our face, yeah, we know what they're doing. But we cannot say what they are not doing when they're not in front of us. That's the first thing that can hurt us as parents. Well, I never said that because I know a child is subject to do anything because I had to grow up.
Okay. I agree. And so, yeah, because like when I still remember the first time, when they came to the house, you you kind of had a sense that I was doing something, but you didn't know. I remember you used to always tell me, you doing something, but when I find out, you know what I'm saying, I still remember that to this day. You didn't, you know what I'm saying. But you kind of, a mother knows a child, like you said, and you kind of sense I was, doing something. I thought I was doing my best to hide it, but, you had that feeling, and you should always tell me, so that I agree with that. And so my next question is going to be about, trauma and mental health, because, the lot of losses that I endured, loss of brothers and sisters, since I've been in here, out there, and just with the violence in Milwaukee and everything, and having a child and seeing how it affected me mentally, what's your take on that, and as far as therapy, because I know you're an advocate for mental health too. So what, how do mothers encourage their children, to participate in therapy and to deal with the trauma?
I tell anyone, when it comes to trauma, you need to talk to somebody.
Okay.
So when it comes to mental health, yes, if you need to go lay on the couch and tell them your problem, go lay on the couch and tell them your problem. There's nothing to be ashamed of.
Okay.
Because we all need someone to talk to. I was on my job 28 years, and it is stressful, and you run into depression, So I'm like, hey, let me go get this therapy, and it helps.
All calls other than properly placed attorney calls may be monitored and recorded.
Okay.
And it helps. And to this day, if I feel like I'm stressed or something, I'm going to talk to somebody because it relieves a little bit, There's activities you can get with it, I'm not quick to take nobody's medication.
Yeah.
But some people need it because it depends on if you're bipolar or whatever, you need it. But the thing is, there's nothing wrong with seeking help with a problem if you have a problem, but you have to be, you can't be in denial to, okay, I have a problem. Because anybody that take a loss, a serious loss, anybody that take many losses in a row, there is a problem. And you cannot be in denial about it. And you need to seek help for that problem.
Yep. Most definitely. And I think
and with a person that's incarcerated, you have a problem because first of all, you're not at home. You gotta wake up to your last name. You gotta listen to your number to be called. That's a problem because when you're at home, that's not how it works.
Exactly.
So it's a big adjustment. So you do, you know, only the strong can survive.
Yeah.
A weak person can't go to jail. And the thing is, I mean, you build some courage, but you still have to be able to say, hey, I need to talk to somebody.
Yeah. And I agree with that, you know, as far as especially with the part where you said your number being called, like, this is not normal. And a lot of people get comfortable in these situations on this side of the, you know, and it becomes a norm, and then, you know, that can affect, I have seen it affect people in a detrimental way, you know, getting out back into the real world and, you know, not being able to function because he got comfortable in this situation. And that's part of why, you know, mental health and everything like that, because we don't get the adequate mental health that we supposed to get in here due to the short staffing and everything like that. And, you know, even me, like, I still find ways to, you know, get creative and attempt and get it to my best ability, because like you said, this is not normal, and, you know, that's a problem, not being at home, and it just affects a whole lot. Then dealing with stuff, calling, getting bad news, and you know for a fact, personally, how much trauma I experienced, you know, lost, you know, all the losses I experienced, you know, because especially within the family, and man, and you promoting mental health encouraged me to begin my healing journey and going to therapy and things of that nature, because, you know, I never, you know, therapy, where we come from, and you know, this was never, you know, first time you hear therapy, people think you crazy. I ain't going to see no therapist, I ain't crazy, you know, but you help me encourage others and help me take that step, you know, to change the narrative and see mental health and see therapy in good light, and I appreciate you for that. Now, before we wrap up, you know, what the Queen got planned for this year? What 2023 looking like for Ms. Webb? What is looking like for Ms. Webb? What talk to us?
God is elevating.
Okay.
God is elevating. He's taking me to a new level.
Okay.
And I always put him first.
Okay.
And I just continue to do what I do, you know, going forward, and you know, just not looking back at 2022.
Okay.
And going forward in 2023.
Okay. That's a blessing, and Ma, we definitely appreciate you for dropping jewels on us this morning, and, you know, giving the platform, you know, some greatness, you know what I'm saying, and just doing what you're doing and keep doing what you're doing, and, you know, that's what this is about. You know, we paying homage to you, you know, the queens, you know, because a lot of times, like you said, we make mistakes and things of that nature, and we don't really understand how it affect our family until we get up in these situations. You know, we gotta hear it, and we all telling us, and you know what I'm saying, and you know, and I'm just grateful to have you as my mom. You know, I feel privileged to be able to call you my mother. You know, and I thank you for that. You know, everything you instilled into me, and you know, even the thing this wouldn't even be possible. You know, this podcast and me being able to, you know, without the things you instilled in me. You know, and like I said, you know, I deeply appreciate you for everything. You know. And the women, you know, I have a lot of strong black women in my life, you know, and I appreciate y'all, you know, my, you know, Grounds, Mama Rose, you know, Auntie, you know, the whole family, you know, and that family atmosphere, you know, I love it. And you are dealing with family atmosphere in me, and valuing family, you know, and I take that and instill it in my children, you know, and it has to be generational, and I think we got to get back to that, you know. So I just thank you for taking time out your schedule this morning, Mom, to, you know, talk to the world, you know.
Oh yeah, because I'm getting ready. I'm up, getting dressed, getting ready to go serve the Lord.
Okay. Since when you do, send a prayer up, for us behind these bars, and we definitely appreciate you.
And I just want the world to know, and parents also, talk to your children. Let them know there's consequences to anything that you do. So you got to be mindful of what you do. If you don't want to be there, don't do it.
Yeah.
If you know you weak, don't do it.
Yeah.
Trust me, jail ain't for everybody.
Man, it really ain't for nobody. In this place, man, and it's just getting worse and it's just getting worse.
But
I'm
saying some people, no, it's not for everybody, but those that go, that's there, some are stronger than the others. Some are stronger than others. That's why I say, if you know you're still being breastfed, don't go.
Yeah. Just like that. And, thank you once again, Ma, and anything else, before we exit.
1 minute remaining.
No.
Okay.
Tell everybody to trust in the Lord and lean not to your own understanding.
Okay. Well, there you heard it from the Queen herself, Miss Sandra Webb, my lovely mother. And thank you everybody for tuning in to this special episode. This is part 1, because we got another part with my brother Javon Curtis with his mom, and we thank y'all for tuning in to the Paralegal Podcast.